Hello, traders. Today I'm bringing a topic that involves most of your problems that I've seen through the past weeks, and it's all coming back to psychological part. Um, I believe that the technical analysis and the risk management and development and other stuff is always clear, but the confusion is always inside our heads and inside your brain, related to your personality and personal decisions, and of course background and all of this. So let's start with your personality. First of all, you need to start to be a basic problem solver. You need to start thinking how to react towards trades and how to react towards your emotions. Have you been in a situation that you doubted the system that you're trading? Have you been in a situation that you felt like you wanted to change everything? Have you been in a situation that you wanted to double or triple your size on the next trade because you feel that it's going to work? Um, Believe me, no one knows where is the market going. Even me, sometimes I think I know where is the market going, but actually no one knows where is the market going in the next minute or in the next 5 minutes, and there's unlimited scenarios in every trade that we face. We have two areas here. We have two areas we always tend to fall in as traders, where it falls most of the problems. With the first one, the fear of missing out on a trade, and the second one is fearing of the next trade outcome. And we always fall in between those two categories, which cause frustration, which leads to negativity, and this is where comes the distraction. Negative thoughts always lead to distractions and unwise decisions during trading. And this is what causes traders usually to leave system and start jumping into other system, and it start working and then stops working, and then they fall in the cycle again: frustration, negativity, another system, frustration, negativity, another system, and so on. It's endless. So first you have to start thinking how I'm gonna have longevity in this business, how to keep trading for at least the next 30 years. This needs wise decisions and solutions. So first of all, as we discussed before, we need solutions in your trades review. The solution always comes in trades review. You have to always know how to work around your emotions. And to be able to handle emotions, you have to give yourself what it needs. So let's start from losses. Losses. When you lose money, that what makes you feel bad, that when you take the loss, close the trade and move on without taking any action or risk management. Risk management here plays major role in controlling your emotions. Well, of course, you cannot control your emotions, but you always can manage it in a better way. You always can reduce the harm that comes from your self negative thoughts decisions. So trading review, if you put a risk on a trade and you lose it, and instead of thinking and about how thinking of the system accuracy, you have to start thinking how to improve it instead of how we change it. So first of all, you get a loss, take a time, take a break, and dig deeper behind this loss. First of all, ask yourself, was this trade valid? Did it make sense taking this trade back in that time? And if things was right going in your way, I mean in the trading process, then try to dig deeper and see how to minimize future losses like this, or to avoid it. Of course, you cannot avoid losses or risk completely, but we can work to improve it always. And this is one of the key elements, that when you lose the trade, you go to review and uh, think as you paid for information. Because if you don't follow that, your losses will cause pain. And there is no need to cause pain when we understand our emotions. If you understand your emotions, you have to know how to work around it. And when you think that you paid for information, not losses, you emotionally will start accepting the risk and the loss that you pay on in every trade, and you will try to improve it as a result of paying this money. An example that when I found about I knew a long time about the Ringo chart, but it didn't work exactly for my strategy. But when I found about the Ringo, that it gives me a better entry price, it can save me 3 to 4 cents of my entry on any trade. That was an action needed for risk management purposes, and that was an information that I'm happily pay for, that will push my report for the next month to the next level. Just small information like this. Entry price, Rinko candles gives better entry. Of course, I will use it, and I wouldn't dig deep behind that unless I had some losses, unnecessary losses that I wanted to reduce. Every month, I don't focus on how much can I make more in my next month or my next week. I focus on how much I can reduce my risk, because this is what I can control. We agree that we cannot control any outcome, but in risk, we can completely control it. And if the risk on any trade doesn't suit your risk appetite, you just stay away from it. There's no need to jump in something that you know that it will cause you harm in case if it doesn't work. Successful trading means how to survive through your losses till you find your winners. And really, guys, what I know of percentage, most of the successful trader, they have a winning percent below 50%. Their winning average is below 50% on overall trades. Why they're successful? They have a massive risk management on every trade, that it puts the odds in their favor even with less win rate than 50%. And from the system that we're trading, I proved that last month we had over 80%. Of course, this is not consistent, but over 80% on the last month on our major strategies in DTS. In trading, you will always get the intuition and the impulse, and you really need to understand what's the difference between the two emotions. The intuition comes when you see things and you know things will happen upon your screen time or your practice in the markets, and you know that there is no need to act on it now, but is there any chance to capitalize on this opportunity? Because you see opportunity as an intuition, you saw it before, or you understand the scenario behind it. And this is one of the reasons that I only teach setups that you understand the story behind it. Because if you don't understand the story behind any setup, I don't recommend taking it. Resistance, support, Fibonacci, ABCD, Elliott waves, all of that, just no story behind it. And I cannot trade anything I don't understand. The second thing, when it comes to the impulse, and this is what market dominate over you. This is many impulses on every candle, in every market. You see an opportunity, and this is what we call an impulse. And markets gives you that sense of urgency to act now. And if you don't act now, you will miss it. And to avoid impulses, you have to ask yourself one question before every trade. Is there one reason that prevents me to get the trade outcome that I want? And we all know the rules. Speaking of low volume nodes, risk reward, the story or the shape of our trade, many things you can sit on a paper and just watch it on a daily basis, just to refresh your memory and keep you confident with your system. Just ask yourself, is there any one reason to preventing me to get the risk reward on this trade that I wanted? And then you start thinking different. You're not thinking now how much more money I can make on this trade. You're thinking now risk management. And once you start thinking with this concept on every trade, you'll start getting better results. Because you literally trying to avoid unnecessary trades. But your brain doesn't work like that when you're trading. Your brain works, once you start trading, your brain starts seeking money and profits. Your brain doesn't want to think risk management. Your brain actually shut down this area completely of risk management, because you see every area in the market as an opportunity. Understand these emotions and create an action plan. You will never be able to defeat your emotions, but you always can manage them with wise decisions. I hope that was helpful, and I'll see you next webinar. Take care.